Welcome to Macro Matters. In today's video, we're diving into a question that's puzzled many people. Why is Russia, a country with vast natural resources and global influence, not rich? With the largest landmass in the world, enormous reserves of oil, gas and minerals, and a highly educated population, you'd think Russia would be one of the wealthiest countries on Earth. But it's not. In fact, Russia ranks 60th globally in GDP per capita, far behind many smaller nations. Let's break down the economic, historical, and political factors holding Russia back. One major factor behind Russia's economic struggles is the resource curse. While Russia has some of the world's largest reserves of oil and natural gas, its economy has become heavily reliant on these resources. In 2023, around 60% of Russia's exports and nearly 40% of government revenues came from oil and gas. When oil prices are high, Russia's economy benefits, but when prices drop, like they did in 2014 and 2020, it suffers. This heavy dependency on one sector creates instability and prevents the diversification of the economy. Countries like Norway, which also rely on oil, have managed to avoid the resource curse by investing in other industries and maintaining strong institutions. Russia, on the other hand, hasn't done as well in these areas, leaving it vulnerable to fluctuating global oil prices. Another critical issue is corruption. Russia ranks 137th out of 180 countries on Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index. Corruption is deeply entrenched in both the public and private sectors, with vast amounts of wealth being concentrated in the hands of a small elite, often referred to as the oligarchs. This corruption undermines economic development. Rather than fostering innovation and competition, the system rewards connections and favoritism. Small and medium-sized businesses face heavy bureaucracy, and foreign investors are often hesitant to enter a market where the rule of law is unpredictable. According to a study by the Russian Academy of Sciences, corruption costs the Russian economy up to $300 billion annually, which could otherwise be used to improve infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Russia is also burdened by its Soviet legacy. Under the Soviet Union, the economy was centrally planned, and the focus was on heavy industries like steel, machinery, and weapons production. While this made Russia a military superpower, it left the economy inefficient and uncompetitive. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, Russia experienced a sharp economic contraction, losing nearly 40% of its GDP in just a few years. The transition from a planned economy to a market economy was poorly managed. The shock therapy approach taken in the 1990s led to mass privatization, but it also created a new class of oligarchs who acquired massive wealth, while the general population suffered from inflation, unemployment, and a collapsing social safety net. Many of Russia's economic policies during this time were chaotic, and the effects of this mismanagement are still felt today. Russia's geopolitical decisions have also had a significant impact on its economic situation. Since the annexation of Crimea in 2014, Russia has been hit with severe international sanctions from Western countries. These sanctions target critical sectors like finance, energy, and defense, limiting Russia's access to foreign capital and cutting off imports of essential technologies. Sanctions, combined with Russia's isolation from global markets, have stifled economic growth. For instance, foreign direct investment into Russia has dropped by over 50% since 2014. Additionally, Russia's trade with the EU, once its largest trading partner, has significantly declined, further limiting its economic opportunities. Despite efforts to pivot to new partners like China, the economic impact of this isolation is profound. Finally, Russia is facing a demographic crisis. The country's population is aging and its birth rates are low, with the population shrinking by nearly 1 million people in 2022. This decline is coupled with a shrinking workforce which hinders economic growth. An aging population means a higher demand for pensions and healthcare, while fewer working-age people contribute to the economy. Additionally, many young, educated Russians are leaving the country due to a lack of opportunities, corruption, and political repression. Brain drain has become a serious problem, with many of the most talented professionals seeking better opportunities abroad. This further depletes Russia's human capital, making it harder for the country to modernize its economy and compete globally. So, why is Russia not rich? Despite its vast natural resources and potential, a combination of the resource curse, corruption, the Soviet legacy, sanctions, and demographic decline have held the country back. While Russia remains a global power in terms of its military and natural resources, these economic challenges make it difficult for the country to fully capitalize on its potential. What do you think? Can Russia overcome these obstacles, or are they too deeply entrenched? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into global economics.